Hey guys, how's it going? Today I wanted to talk about something that's kind of fun. A lot of people ask me if I have siblings, and I tell them, well, no. And then they say, hey, so weren't you lonely growing up? And I always say, no, not really. I mean, is it because you have siblings that you're going to have a better childhood or a less lonely childhood? Not really. I mean, if you think about it, at least how I grew up, I used to spend most of my day in school, and then I'd have a few sport activities after that, and on the weekends I'd usually spend it with either my best friend or another friend or another, and we'd have a great time just playing around and stuff like that. And I didn't necessarily have to have a person all the time at home to say that I was, always with company. I actually had a great time having sleepovers at other people's places, and just growing up. And one thing that I do remember as a kid and even as a teenager that seems to not happen anymore, or maybe because I'm here in LA, but at least in Brussels, what we used to do a lot of times was people would just come and ring at my door and be like, hey, are you available? Do you want to come out? Or like, hey, can I come in and let's play some video games and stuff like that? So I often had someone, and if I wanted to play video games or if I wanted to do something, then I would literally go myself to their place, and then I would knock at their door myself and go and play at their house. So I can't really say that I ever missed having siblings or whatnot, because I basically had friends all around my neighborhood, and we used to always play at the park or play at their house or go to the pool, and a lot of cool stuff. So I don't know, do you guys feel that it's better to have a sibling at home and that you're gonna be lonely if you don't? I don't know, maybe. I guess I've never really had a sibling, so I can't really say. And I think maybe both people will say the same thing. People who had no siblings, who are only children, will probably say, hey, I got to be spoiled, and I got to have maybe better presents and stuff like that. And I also learned how to basically have fun and be by myself, and that was cool too. Whereas people who have a lot of siblings and stuff, they say, oh well, we got to experience all these other things. But then also it depends, I think, if you have siblings, basically if they're too old compared to you, then sometimes it's kind of hard, because then they don't want to like play with you and stuff like that, which is kind of sucky. But hey, like everything has an advantage and a disadvantage. But then I had like older people, like an older neighbor, and I had people in my school that were a little bit older, and then you look up to them, and then you look up to people that you see on TV and you try to imitate them and stuff like that. And so there's never really a lonely time if you really think about it. You're able to create stuff, and of course as a kid, obviously your imagination is going crazy. They say, after all, I've read a couple articles that till the age of 4 you're basically operating at the genius level, and then the more and more people tell you, no, you can't do this, and no, you can't do that, then people stop having that sort of imagination, or letting themselves be allowed to say the things that they do, think the things that they say, and it comes apparently from disappointment and all that stuff. But as a kid, it's just so easy to make friends. You can just go to the park and you see some other kids playing, and instantly you start playing with them. Whereas as you get older, you don't have that anymore, really. If you think about it, we're more reserved. It's hard to just go to someone and be like, hey, you want to be my friend? let's play. People are going to think that you're crazy, right? So I think that's very interesting. And these are barriers that basically we set for ourselves. And I think the more you grow old, the more you tend to not make new friends. Unfortunately, it really gets harder and harder with time. And I think because people get more settled into their way of life. And if you haven't made friends at a young age, or in college and stuff like that, sometimes it's hard to get new people because they have their own way of living. And yeah, well, that's what I have to say about childhood and friendships and being an only child, which is fine, to be honest. Okay, have a great day. Bye.